Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your reading. So, if you did not already notice, we're doing things a little bit different this time. We're going to have every sign have its own video, and then you just have to navigate around the channel to find the videos. I plan on releasing them all within the same 7 days and nothing else in between, so it should be easy to find everything. So, if you are a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, welcome. We're going to take a look at September. We're going to use one tarot deck to get an overview of like the big thing going on during your month. We're going to get some oracle cards for you, and then we're going to use another tarot deck to take a look at your 11 relationships, career and finances, and health and spirituality. I do offer personal readings if you want more details on any particular thing going on, but other than that, let's go ahead and get going. So I'm noting two things in your energy, Cancer. I am feeling very heady. And in the background, oh, that's the other thing. So I'm playing music in the background. So it's going to be like basically like whatever you pick up over the audio, and anything that I mentioned that song could have a message for you. It could be a little bit of a theme for you, or you can ignore it altogether. But I am feeling a bit heady, to be honest. And the song playing in the background right now is I Smoke to Jays by Sublime. I'm not going to say the word just because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. But yeah, so that, I don't, if that's not something you normally indulge in, I'm not telling you to do so. I am not giving any opinion on that matter. I'm just saying that you might find yourself doing more of that if that is something you already do. That is going to vary very much based on location. But let's go ahead and take a look at what is overall going on for you in the month of September. Okay. We have the Knight of Wands with Scorpio energy and Sagittarius energy. That is Hanuman of, I want to say Hindu mythology, and he's very much looked at as a god of a god of strength, inner strength, if I remember correctly. Wow, we have the Two of Cups coming in reverse, coming out with the Lovers in reverse, Cancer energy and Gemini energy. And it's also card number 6, if that's that could be a significant number for you. And we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. So the main thing I see going on in the month of September for you, Cancer, is I can interpret this two different ways. If you are attracted to masculines, I could see you leaving one masculine who is more fiery, more impulsive, maybe brings more drama into your life. I could see you leaving one masculine for a different masculine who is more wanting to offer you legitimate love. That's one thing I see here. That makes sense considering that Venus will be stationing direct on September 3rd. That would make a lot of sense because generally during Venus retrograde, we're either getting really strong messages about relationships that aren't working, or we are actually going through a breakup. Those are incredibly common during Venus retrograde. I have personally witnessed quite a few going on in my own personal life. None of my own. I'm not in a relationship, but like my friends, like a lot of my friends have been going through breakups and divorces and crap. So that's one thing that I see here. Another way that this could be taken quite a bit less literally is it could be like a friendship breakup, more like going from friends that bring drama into your life or who are still want to party, and maybe you don't want to do that anymore. Like you want to settle down more, you want to dive more into what makes you feel emotionally safe. So you could be breaking from one friendship group to another. That's another way this can be interpreted. But I don't feel like that's going to be common for a lot of you. For those of you who identify as a masculine or identify with your masculine energy, you could again be breaking away from being non-committal to being more committal. So like maybe you're a masculine and you are relating with another person. You could be going from a non-committal energy to a more committal energy. Those are a couple different ways that I see this. But yeah, let's go ahead and get more signs and synchronicities for you. The other thing that's just really sticking out to me is the solid, strong pink of this unicorn and of her hair. But yeah, all this pink is really standing out to me. So maybe pink is a significant color for you, or it could just be another indicator that the main theme of your month is going to be about love, basically. Let's go ahead and get some oracle cards for you. Okay. Serenity 31, be calm. Those are swans. So swans could be a significant sign for you at this time. Number 31. And yeah, so again, calm, emotional support. Those are things that you're going to be going more towards in the month of September, especially if you've had a very dramatic life recently. You're not about that anymore. That's not something you're interested in right now. And that makes sense, Cancer. I mean, you're kind of the homebody. You're the one who loves being in the home, tending to the home, hosting within the home. You know, you prefer being a housewife or a house husband or what have you. Like, you don't want to be bringing a bunch of drama and crap into your home. That is your sacred space. That's your shell, essentially, where you can let go and feel your feelings and feel safe and feel vulnerable. Okay, that is like the strong connection I'm currently getting between like the symbolism of Cancer as the crab and the fact that you guys seem to be such home bodies. Is that home is your shell, and that makes a lot of sense. Okay. I'm also going to I've never pulled this card before, so I'm just going to take a look at the book real fast. Okay, yeah, so this is another card that a lot of the cards I've noticed in this particular deck use Bridget, but not every single one. And this one does, in fact, use her, which I'm doing this on a Sunday. And Sunday is the day that I connect with her because I relate her a lot with fire. And then Sunday is also the day that I normally go to like a poetry workshop, one of the things that is sacred to her is poetry. So this, I feel like, is a really solid signal that Bridget might want to work with you. So I would also look into her. Now then. When gliding through the water, the swan moves with grace, power, and beauty. Goddess Bridget speaks through her swan totem, bringing a message for you to pay attention to the balance in your life and make time to be calm. Beneath the water, the swan's feet paddle and push, sometimes resting or moving slowly against gentle waters, at other times working hard against powerful currents. All the while, she conducts herself with calm and deliberate actions. If the water is turbulent and splashes over her, it runs off her body with gentle ease. She is unconcerned. She navigates herself through the water with expert intuition, sensing what is around her from moment to moment. She flows alongside her family, offering care and protection with gentle, loving actions, using her body and her gestures to signal strength and security. Her bright white and beautifully cut plumage are reminders to seek out what is pure in life, to value and take care of your body and your mind so that you will shine from the inside out. Perhaps you feel you are in waters that are moving too fast. Bridget is asking you, is it that the water is moving fast, or are you paddling too hard? What happens if you were to just stop paddling for a while? Where might the water take you? You might be carried to a still pool where you can rest in serene stillness for a while. Take your guidance from Bridget's swan. Look after your mind and body. Show your love with gentle gestures. Mindfully navigate the flow of life. Take time to each day to stop, be still, and rest in serenity. Affirmation: I take time for myself. I am calm and relaxed. So yeah, again, so like that points back to the idea that you are looking for calm. You are looking for less drama. You are looking for more support. You are looking for the things that feel good and fill your cup rather than drain you of resources. The other things that stuck out to me is the use of the family analogy with the swan. Again, Cancer is very much the mother of the zodiac. Like if we were to put all 12 signs into like family dynamics, Cancer's the mother. Very much so. She is the matron, and Cancers do tend to take to parental roles quite naturally in my observations, both male and female. Um, the other thing that stuck out to me is the use of pointing out her white plumage, the swan's white plumage. White is actually a color that is considered um, like Cancer energy. The color white is associated with Cancer, actually. So maybe you're gonna find yourself wearing more whites. Maybe thing like white is a symbol for you. That the like if you, I don't know, if you, I'm thinking of cars at the moment. If you are walking somewhere and you feel lost and you don't really know where to go and you see a white car out of nowhere. I know white cars aren't uncommon, but like just roll with me. Um, just maybe there's something on its bumper that is a sign for you. Like that's like kind of like Bridget sending her swans to give you guidance. Swans, the color white. If you feel lost, look for those symbols, okay? Song of the Damned by Soilwork is catching my attention at this point. I don't know, that's more a hard rock metal song, if that's your taste. Let's see what else we have here. The other thing I'm really noticing is the patchwork of her blouse or dress or whatever that is. That patchwork pattern. It's making me think of how, like, when you make patchwork patterned items, you are taking scraps of the things that you have left to make something new and to make something beautiful. And when it's all separate pieces, they can't do much on their own. But when you piece them all together, you sew them together and you make the new beautiful thing. It's stronger, it's much more, aesthetically pleasing. You can actually do something with it. Um, I don't know if you're getting more into like handicraft or sew crafts or anything like that. Or just, coming back to the idea of the home, tending to the home, taking your home back. Maybe you're in a place where you are taking your home back, in fact. Like maybe you're trying to feel safe within your own shell again, which September is the month that we are literally guided to tend to our house because winter is coming, right? So let's go ahead and pull another card. Oh, wow. Okay. Spirit always has its own plans, so we have, let's see here. Okay, we have card number 26 with book, We have card number 6 with clouds, card number 29 with lady in her peasant form, and card number 14 with fox. Okay. So book and clouds together, like that makes me think of secrets and the confusion that secrets create. Like when you know someone's keeping something from you and you're not sure what it is, you're not sure how to go about finding out the truth. And honestly, like over here, the fox is a trickster. Now, very rarely do I take the fox to be someone who is being manipulative for the sake of actually being manipulative. Normally, I take the fox in a lot of situations as someone who is keeping secrets for, they're being cunning for the sake of their own survival. That could be you, that could be your situation. I feel like that is true for some of you. God, and the lady, so this is Cinderella. This is in fact Cinderella. Like if you're not doing something like making a big change regarding your home and feeling safe within your home or changing homes even, I don't know what to tell you. That is literally all over the cards. You could be moving about in silence. You could be moving about in silence and having to navigate very carefully and keep secrets and all that stuff just so you can find safety again. That is something that I am feeling here. But then for others of you, it's you don't feel safe because someone is keeping secrets from you. Okay? And one of the secrets you could be keeping is like, maybe you're in a very volatile situation and someone is coming in to kind of like save you, which allowing ourselves to be saved is that's tricky. Like you should always try to rely on yourself, but not to the degree that you push away well-intended help. Like if you truly are in a place where you need help, you need outside support, you're doing everything you need to do, then yes, of course, like take help, allow someone to come in and help you. Um, just be careful to not take up a victim mentality. Okay? So let's see what we have with the Moon Oracle, and then we'll take a look at the Witch's Kitchen Oracle and move on to the specifics of your read. God. 35. Sacred. My home is a sacred space full of beauty, inspiration, and protection. You see me shuffling this cards. Like, this is definitely the theme for you, Cancer. What else do we have here? I always have to make sure these cards aren't spicy, like particularly this deck before I flip them. Card number 26, which we also had a 26 right here with book. I am at home in my body and at peace in my spirit. So maybe for some of you, the other thing that you are learning to do is learning to have inner peace. Like maybe it's that's so very, like the theme of your month is so very as within so without, because serenity was right here too. This card usually urges the reader to meditate more, and then this is about like literally like using feng shui to turn your home into a place of peace, abundance, where you can manifest everything that you want in your life. Okay, so the other thing that could be going on rather than peace in an external way in your environment, it could be you trying to find inner peace, especially if right now it's challenging to get peace in the external environment. So you have no choice but to create peace in the internal environment. And honestly, we can't wait to have external peace in order to start trying to um, have internal peace. Okay. The internal cannot depend on the external. That's not how things work. It's what we have on the outside of ourselves is what is going on the inside. Our entire world is a reflection of our internal world. Okay. So maybe some of you still have some lessons that you need to learn around your internal world, around cultivating inner peace so that you can have outer peace. Because if you have inner peace and if you love yourself and if you don't tolerate, like, for example, nasty talk in your internal world, there's no way in hell you're going to tolerate it in the external world. But if in your internal world, you are always talking shit to yourself, well, of course, you're going to allow it when other people do it to you because you're just reflecting what's going on internally. Okay? Lord's Rider in the Dark is playing in the background, and I feel like that could be more a, like, for those of you who have maybe been thinking about like journaling or doing poetry, which again, Bridget loves poetry. Um, that's sacred to her. So if you've been thinking about journaling, writing poetry, writing stories, what have you, that could be your sign to go ahead and do that, that you will find release in that way. And I can tell you from personal experience that you find release by writing about the things that hurt. You can also just check out the song because it's a decent song. Seaweed prediction. So the dried seaweed, which takes on like this black hue, this is really standing out to me. Maybe Spirit wants to go eat some sushi. I don't know. Um, I'm joking. Unless you love sushi, then go eat some sushi. But if you live near water, like spend some time near water, especially as a Cancer. Like it's September, it is starting to get cooler, and you want to get, more of those beach trips, lake trips, river, what have you. You want to get all that, as much of that as you can while it's still warm. And water signs are healed by water. Okay. Also, the fact that there's, Hanuman is literally jumping over water here. So that's another indicator that, go to the water, spend time there. Maybe that's a place where you can meditate and get some inner peace. The other thing, too, is the fact that we have, I forgot to name the signs here. This is Aquarius and Pisces. But, we have Scorpio here, Cancer here, Pisces here. We have water signs here. And then also we have Gemini, Sagittarius, and Aquarius if those matter to you. So yes, spend time in water or take baths if you don't live near the water, like take long baths and get some peace there, right? Okay. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to move all this up. My goodness. Oh, the other thing with prediction with seaweed, if your intuition is kind of nagging at you that something is going on around you or something is going to happen, listen to it. Especially as a water sign, like all water signs, in my opinion, are more tapped into our intuitive bodies just because we are in tune with our emotions. Like we're super in tune with our emotions. We have very strong intuitions and all we have to do is listen to them. And in my experience, it's often a very steep price to pay when we don't. So that's the other thing. If your intuition is kind of nagging at you about something going on that you don't have 3D evidence of, or that something is going to happen, but you don't have 3D evidence of it, listen to that intuition. That's the other thing I'm getting here. All right. Okay, Cancer, let's go ahead and take a look at any specifics that we need to know about love and relationships for you. And then we'll move on to career and finances and health and spirituality. Though I do feel like we've gotten quite a bit of information in terms of spirituality for you so far, but let's see what else we have. So love and relationships for Cancer, please. 2 cards, Spirit, or 3, whatever you want. You're the boss, Spirit, whatever you want. All right, we have 3 of Wands, communication, 8 of Swords, anxiety, Queen of Swords, in the reverse, independence. Yeah, there is someone that you're afraid to communicate with. There is someone that you are afraid to communicate with. And this is really calling me back to the breakup thing, that maybe there's someone that you know you need to end things with and you don't know how to do it. That's going to be very heavily on your mind. Also, there's a song playing in the background from the Heathers musical. If you've never seen the Heathers, Veronica gets into a relationship with JD. And, like, she's misunderstood, he's misunderstood. They seem so perfect for each other. He's kind of sexy, like, and basically, she finds out that he's a psycho. Because she realizes at the time that they accidentally killed someone together, it was not an accident on his end. And he just, yeah, she realizes he's a psycho. And she even takes a minute to actually break up with him and listen to her own intuition, because it's bugging her. Things are not adding up. Her intuition seems to be kind of like telling her, like, these deaths are not so accidental. He's a psychopath. And, like, things are adding up in a way, but she doesn't want to look at it. And it takes her a very long time to act. Well, not a very long time, but it takes her over half the movie to actually confront him, break up with him. And then the next half of the movie is the fact that he is now coming after her, because he's very, well, if I can't have you, no one else can have you. So she ends up stepping into her power and, like, dealing with him by the end of the movie. But yeah, so I think if you've never seen the Heathers, you need to go watch it. I think it's gonna resonate in a uncomfortable way. Hopefully your situation is not nearly that serious. If it is, you really need to get some outside help in that situation. But you get the idea. Her intuition is telling her something, and she needs to listen to it before it becomes her undoing, basically. So yeah, there's a conversation that you need to have with someone. For a lot of you, this is going to be a breakup that you are just kind of dawdling around, that you need to do. Okay. For others of you, it's just a highly uncomfortable conversation. And with the Queen of Swords in reverse, like, you're just not having it. Like, in fact, you might be avoiding the person altogether in order to avoid the conversation. You could be afraid that you're at a snapping point with the Queen of Swords in reverse. But yeah. But with the 8 of Swords too, like, that reminds you that the power is in fact in your hands. In the classic card, like, she thinks she's trapped, but if she were to just take the blindfold off, she would find that she isn't trapped at all. Take the blindfold off. Stop being afraid. Do what it is you need to do to have the peace you so desperately crave. Okay? So let's see what's going on with your career and finances, because really that feels like it hasn't been brought up at all. So career and finances for Cancer, please. Okay. Six of Swords in the reverse. And a Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. So some of you, it could be like if a relationship that needs to break down, whether it be romantic, a roommate situation, maybe you live with family or friends, and the reason you haven't moved or found a different situation or what have you, a lot of it could be because you financially depend on this person. And for a lot of Cancers, that's going to be true because once again, you guys prefer to be the one tending to the home. You guys typically prefer to give up your own not give up your independence like in a bad way, but like you'd rather like have someone else pay the bills and you will totally take care of the home, and you are very happy with that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But then the problem that leads to is if you are not diligent about the kind of people that you choose to be in the position of having all the financial power, you easily fall into abusive situations. And that's true of anybody, but like I feel like especially if you're someone who would much prefer to tend to the home, like you're much more likely to fall into that because you don't have your own income, basically. War of Hearts by Ruel is playing right now. I really feel like that song kept distracting me while I was talking. So yeah, I feel like that's another song that's going to just really resonate with you at this time. And it could, for many of you, very much be validating of what you're feeling. And you can love someone and realize that they're not good for you. You can love someone from 100 miles away. You don't have to be sitting at the same table as them at all. Um, so yeah, there could be you could really be dragging your feet because you are afraid of the financial insecurity that will come with that. However, the Five of Pentacles is in the reverse, so some of you could be recognizing that creating your own financial security is something that you need to do. So you might barely be starting to look for a job. You might barely be starting to get a different job, pick up more hours, what have you. But with the Six of Swords in the reverse, you are taking your sweet time of it, which is an avoiding strategy. Or it could simply be that, like with Mercury retrograde, it could simply be like maybe you are putting in all the effort that you can, but things are just slow at the moment. When Venus stations direct on the 3rd, that is going to be supportive of money once again, because Venus rules love, money, self-worth, beauty, all those things. So the 3rd, you could see an uptick after the 3rd of like your finances if you have your own stream of income. I'm not saying that every single Cancer does not have their own stream of income. I just feel like I'm largely talking to the ones that don't. Just to clarify. Okay. If you do have your own stream of income, yeah, you could feel it like your hours could have recently been cut, and your hours could have been cut for a while and they're only slowly coming back up. You could be only now digging your way out of debt. There is a financial increase, but it's not like a wealthy financial increase where it's a large sum of money dropping into your lap. It's a financial increase that's making it to where like you're not having to scrape by as much. It's going from ramen every day to now you can throw bologna in the mix occasionally. Like that's the kind of financial increase we're talking about. It's not much. It's enough to feel a little bit better, and it's coming quite slowly. But it is an increase. And I would be very grateful for some bologna if all I've been eating is ramen. I don't know why I'm using that example. But you get the point, I think. I hope. All right. Man, I'm telling you, the more I just let myself talk and record these tarot readings, the more just random they are. Holy crap. All right. So now we have health and spirituality, even though we've talked a lot about that already. This will probably mostly be confirmation, but let's see. Health and spirituality for Cancer, please. Okay. Ace of Swords. Okay, understanding. Which one of the things that I did talk about earlier was understanding and Seven of Wands in the reverse. Okay, yeah. This is basically coming to the realization that you do not feel like you can be as vulnerable as you want to be, and you are not okay with it, basically. Coming to the realization that you want to be able to be less tense, you want to be able to be more at peace. So yeah, and that's kind of like the underlying thing to all of this, whether that be a breakup, whether that be moving, whether that be making changes within the home. You want more peace. That's what everything here is basically surrounding. So whether that means a difficult conversation, whether that means having a larger stream of income, though it is going to slowly be growing this month. Yeah. So that is what I have for you, Cancer. Thank you for coming to your reading. If you want more, I always suggest to people to take a look at all of your big three, your sun, your moon, your rising. In my opinion, that's the best way to get a very larger picture of what's going on specifically for you for the month of September, especially with these general reads, okay? Because like I'm talking to 1,000 people or more. So thank you again. Hopefully this was helpful to you. I will see you again soon. September looks like it's going to be a little hard, but you're starting to see the light, which is beautiful, right? So with that being said, be good, be safe, love and light to you, and bye.